On this episode of Real Frank Movie Reviews,
we review the movie Joker, Folie, a Poo-Poo. Yeah, that's what I'm calling it. Starring Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Goo Goo. You make a up movie like this, I'm not saying your name right. This basically sums it up. Everyone at the top going to go see the movie, and everybody at the bottom who went and saw the movie. Oof. What the were they thinking?
Real Frank.
Before we get started, please subscribe and check out my other videos and make sure to smash that like button. This musical is about Arthur Fleck is institutionalized at Arkham, awaiting trial for his crimes as Joker. While struggling with his dual identity, Arthur not only stumbles upon true love, but also finds the music that's always been inside him that we all wish he would have kept inside him because he sucks and made this movie a shit show. This picture, this pretty much sums up how I felt while watching this movie. And I believe the majority of the audience too. How the hell could Todd Phillips screw this movie up this much? How the hell could Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix think this was a good idea to turn this great character into a musical with Lady Goo Goo? I think this is one of the historic cases of someone getting too fancy for themselves, a little too artsy-fartsy. I read somewhere where Mr. Phoenix had a dream, and in his dream, they made a musical for Joker. A musical for the Joker. A great character. And you said, hey, let's get artsy and turn it into a musical. The most impressive thing for me in this entire movie was the body transformation once again for Joaquin Phoenix. I mean, you know he's got to be a little wacky in real life to put his body through this. How intense of an actor do you have to be to starve yourself not once for the original and twice for such a crappy movie? That was your idea. I think this picture sums it up best. The cast, the director, think this movie is terrific when everything around it is burning. You had this great movie, the first one, with this original story and concept of how the Joker became the Joker. It was riveting. It was original. It was great. We were all very entertained. But then you got artsy and said, well, we got to make it a little better. We're going to get a little fancier. We're going to get too big for our britches and think people will still want to watch this. Why would that same audience that was interested in this weird character want to watch this guy evolve into this singer? A singer, and her, Lady Gaga. She was pretty much pointless in the movie. It was stupid, a waste of time. And there were reports of people leaving in the middle of the movie. We got him, Todd. Sometimes you watch a movie, you see it, and then you're thinking while you're watching it, this is a really, really bad movie. So you kind of look around the theater as you're watching it, and you're kind of trying to decide, are they liking it or they think it's weird? I got the vibe from my theater. They all thought it was weird too. But what confirmed that I wasn't the only person feeling this way and was destroyed by how crappy this thing was. When have you ever heard of a director talking about the ending of the movie while the movie is still out in theaters? That's how you know this movie was bad. So the director goes out there and tries to save face. That's my guess. They interview Todd Phillips, and this is what he says. Arthur Fleck was never the real Joker, director Todd Phillips says. Now, if you saw the movie, that was the big reveal at the end after you got through all the shitty singing. In the end, there's a prison inmate that asks to tell a joke to him, and then he starts shanking the Joker. And as he's dying there, well, it's not really the Joker. We find out it's just Arthur. The real Joker was the one that shanked him, and he's carving a smile into his face. That was the big reveal at the end. That was the big payoff if he stayed through all the shitty singing. He's never been this thing that's been put upon him. This idea that Gotham people put it on him, that he represents, and Todd's spilling the beans. He's an unwitting icon. This thing was placed on him, and he doesn't want to live as a fake anymore. He wants to be who he is. So he gave you the whole movie. He gave you the whole movie while the movie was still at the movie theaters. That's how you know this movie is trash. Now you may be wondering, how do you score this movie, Frank? Overall, I give this movie a 1. This is by far the worst sequel ever made in movie history, in my opinion. They had this interesting character with a unique story, and then you went all wacky, wacko. I have no idea what the hell you were thinking. There's no need to even watch this movie. If you watch this movie, it's gonna ruin everything you liked about the first movie. So do yourself a favor and don't ever watch this movie. Until next time, thanks for watching.
Now I can feel it in my teeth. I feel the lyrics start to seep out my veins like I bleed. Drop that bass on the beat for a minute when I spit these words to the beat, no limit. I don't make no sense, I don't need no gimmick. I'ma say what I think, be real specific, and I'm master the chase. I'm a pass in the race. You could ask me the way I attack every day. I adapt and I change, never cap, and I say what I mean. I would think, and you know I'm here to stay like, keep my head up, shit gets harder and I get fatter, but that don't give me nowhere.